What if I told you the dumbest pirate in anime is actually smarter than you? Sounds crazy, right? But here's the thing. While you're still planning your next move, Monkey D. Luffy has already made friends with your enemy, stolen your lunch, and somehow saved the world by complete accident. And he did it all while his brain was on vacation. Today, we're cracking open the mind of the future Pirate King. And trust me, what we find will blow your mind harder than Luffy's Gear 5th. We'll discover why his stupidity is actually genius, how he reads people's hearts better than any psychologist, and the dark truth behind that never-ending smile. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the smartest people in One Piece follow a captain who can't even count his own crew members correctly. Get ready, because we're about to set sail into the strangest brain in all of anime. Meet Monkey D. Luffy, the rubber boy who wants to be king of the pirates and thinks that means having the most freedom, not the most treasure. He's that kid who wears a straw hat like it's a crown, has arms that stretch across islands, and a stomach that's basically a black hole for meat. Raised by mountain bandits, punched by his marine grandpa for training, and inspired by a one-armed pirate, Luffy's childhood was basically how to create a chaos monster 101. But instead of becoming bitter or mean, he turned into the happiest disaster you'll ever meet. He can't lie, can't navigate, can't cook, can't do math, and definitely can't resist pressing mysterious buttons. Yet somehow, this walking catastrophe has conquered half the Grand Line. Luffy is obsessed with three things: becoming Pirate King, whatever that means to him, protecting his nakama, that's crew for non-weebs, and eating all the meat in existence. His best friend Zoro gets lost in straight hallways, his navigator Nami keeps him from bankrupting them, and his cook Sanji somehow feeds this human garbage disposal. Between punching world nobles, declaring war on the world government, and accidentally liberating entire countries, Luffy's turning the whole world upside down, and he's not even trying. Hey future pirates, if you're loving this deep dive into Luffy's chaotic mind, punch that like button like Luffy punches celestial dragons. Subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss our next mind-blowing character analysis. Let's decode Luffy's personality type. He's an ENFP, which basically means he's a walking party that fights dictators for fun. ENFPs make up about 7% of people, and they're the ones who see adventure where others see danger, friends where others see enemies, and dinner where others see, well, anything really. Run on pure inspiration and gut feelings. When Luffy meets someone, he doesn't need their resume or background check. His brain just goes friend or punch, and he's right 99% of the time. It's like having a superpower that lets you see people's true hearts, except Luffy's too simple to realize it's a superpower. Here's the wild part about ENFP brains. They connect things that shouldn't connect. Luffy will solve complex political situations by accident while trying to find the bathroom. He'll unite warring nations because he wanted to share meat with everyone. His brain doesn't work in straight lines. It works in rubber bands that snap in every direction at once. ENFPs also hate being controlled. Tell Luffy he can't do something? Congratulations, he's already doing it twice. Rules to him are just suggestions written by boring people. This isn't rebellion. His brain literally cannot process "you must do this" without immediately thinking, "but what if I don't?" It's not defiance, it's how his mind naturally works. Scientists use 5 big traits to understand personality. Let's see how Luffy scores on each one. Spoiler alert, the results are insane. Openness to experience. Luffy scores so high he breaks the scale. Mystery Island covered in skulls. Adventure. Sky Island that shouldn't exist. Let's go. Food that might be poisonous. He's already eating it. His brain treats danger like most people treat dessert. Can't wait to try it. Conscientiousness. This is about planning and thinking ahead. Luffy scores negative infinity. The man thinks strategy is a type of meat. His idea of preparation is making sure he's hungry before a fight. If being organized was a superpower, Luffy would be powerless, and somehow that makes him stronger. Extroversion. Luffy has more social energy than the sun. He doesn't just like people, he needs them like he needs oxygen or meat. Being alone physically hurts him. He makes friends with enemies mid-battle. He recruits crew members while they're trying to kill him. His friendship energy is so strong it literally converts villains into heroes. Agreeableness. Here's where it gets interesting. Luffy is the nicest person alive to good people and an absolute nightmare to bad people. There's no middle ground. You hurt his friends, you're getting a rubber fist through your face. You're nice, he'll share his treasure with you, but not his meat. Never his meat. Neuroticism. This measures anxiety and worry. Luffy has less stress than a rock at the bottom of the ocean, facing death. He's laughing. Impossible odds. He's excited. His stress level is so low, scientists think he might be broken. But this isn't stupidity. It's absolute faith that everything will work out because he'll make it work out. Everyone shows love differently, and Luffy's love language is beautifully bizarre. His primary way of showing love? Quality time through shared adventure. When Luffy drags you into mortal danger, that's him saying, "I love you." When he asks you to join his crew, he's basically proposing eternal friendship. Acts of service is huge for Luffy, but his version of service is punching whoever made you cry into next week. He doesn't bring flowers, he brings freedom. He doesn't write love letters, he declares war on your enemies. Remember when he burned the world government flag for Robin? That's Luffy's version of a Hallmark card. Physical touch is constant with Luffy. The rubber hugs that crush your bones, the friendly punches that send you flying, the way he launches himself at his crew after being apart for 5 minutes. It's all love. He's like a golden retriever made of rubber with the power to destroy mountains. But here's the secret. Luffy's deepest love language is belief. When he believes in you, you become more than you were. He sees the king in the coward, the hero in the villain, the family in the stranger. His faith in people literally rewrites their destiny. That's not just love, that's life-changing magic. Here's something that'll hit you like a gum-gum pistol. Luffy's endless optimism comes from incredible trauma he transformed into strength. Abandoned by his revolutionary father, nearly killed weakly by his marine grandfather's training, raised by mountain bandits who showed love through violence, Luffy's childhood was basically trauma bingo. But the worst part? He thought this was normal. He didn't know childhoods weren't supposed to involve fighting tigers for breakfast. Then came the 2 wounds that shaped everything: Sabo's death and Ace's actual death. Losing Sabo taught him that dreams can die if you wait too long. Losing Ace taught him that strength without purpose means nothing. These losses didn't break him. They forged him into something unbreakable. Psychologists call this post-traumatic growth, when trauma makes you stronger instead of weaker. But Luffy took it further. He turned his pain into a promise. Nobody else would lose their dreams on his watch. Every smile hides the memory of brothers he couldn't save. Every laugh defies a world that tried to break him. The scar under his eye, he did that to himself as a child to prove he was tough enough. That's Luffy in a nutshell, turning pain into proof of his determination. He doesn't hide his scars, he wears them like medals. While Shredder controls through fear, Luffy leads through liberation. His power dynamic is the complete opposite of tyranny. He makes everyone around him more free, not less. Luffy doesn't want subjects, he wants equals. When someone joins his crew, they don't become his servants, they become his family. He's the captain, but Nami controls the money, Sanji controls the food, and Chopper controls the medical decisions. He gives away power because he knows real strength comes from trust, not control. Here's the mind-blowing part. Luffy's stupidity is actually a leadership superpower. Because he doesn't understand manipulation, he can't use it. Because he can't lie, everyone trusts him. Because he's simple, his intentions are always clear. His weakness is his strength. He breaks every leadership rule and somehow wins. No strategies? His spontaneity makes him unpredictable. No fear. His courage inspires others. No backup plans. His determination means Plan A will work because he'll die trying. He's proof that sometimes the best leader is the one who doesn't know how to lead. Carl Jung would have a field day with Luffy. He embodies 2 powerful archetypes that seem opposite but work perfectly together. First, he's the fool, not stupid but innocent and fearless. The fool represents new beginnings, unlimited potential, and the courage to leap without looking. Luffy walks into danger laughing because the fool knows the universe protects those too pure to see the danger. He's the child who doesn't know impossible exists, so he does impossible things daily. Second, he's the hero, but not the traditional kind. While most heroes are serious and burdened, Luffy's a hero who refuses to act like one. He doesn't save people because it's right. He saves them because they're his friends, or they gave him food, or he just doesn't like the bad guy's face. He's the accidental hero who saves the world while looking for lunch. The shadow side? Luffy's refusal to see consequences. When he declares war on the world government, he doesn't think about the danger to his crew. When he challenges emperors, he doesn't consider failure. This isn't bravery, it's the fool's inability to see the cliff he's running toward. And somehow, he always grows wings before he falls. In Dungeons & Dragons terms, Luffy is the definition of chaotic good, maybe the most chaotic good character ever created. The good part is obvious. He helps everyone, shares everything except meat, and punches evil in the face with a smile. He doesn't help people for rewards or fame. He helps because not helping never occurs to him. It's like his brain is missing the "what's in it for me" circuit. The chaotic part? Oh boy. Laws mean nothing to him, not because he's rebellious, but because he literally cannot understand why written rules should override what feels right. Pirates aren't supposed to save Marines? He saves them anyway. You're not supposed to punch world nobles? His fist disagrees. The man would break the laws of physics if they annoyed him. Wait, he already does that. But here's why this works. Luffy's chaos creates new order. Every rule he breaks reveals how stupid that rule was. Every tradition he destroys was holding people back. He's not destroying society. He's showing it what freedom looks like. While villains have the dark triad, Luffy has what I call the light triad. The exact opposite traits turned into superpowers. Anti-narcissism. Luffy has zero ego. He doesn't know he's special. When people call him a hero, he gets confused. He wants to be Pirate King, not for the title, but for the freedom. He's so unnarcissistic that he forgets his own bounty and doesn't understand why people fear him. Anti-Machiavellianism. Luffy cannot manipulate. His brain literally lacks the circuits for deception. He says what he thinks, does what he feels, and plans nothing. This weakness becomes unbeatable because no one can predict someone who doesn't know what they'll do next. Anti-psychopathy. Luffy feels everything. He cries when sad, screams when angry, and laughs loud enough to shake buildings. He feels other people's pain like it's his own. When his crew hurts, he hurts. When strangers suffer, he suffers. He's so empathetic it physically pains him to ignore someone in trouble. Luffy has personality twins across all media, and they're all beautifully chaotic. Goku from Dragon Ball is Luffy's spiritual brother. Both are simple-minded fighters who get stronger from friendship, eat impossible amounts, and save the world by accident. Both turn enemies into friends just by being themselves. The main difference? Goku plans sometimes. Luffy never plans. Naruto is like Luffy with more emotions and less rubber. Both want to be the leader, Pirate King, Hokage. Both value friendship over everything. Both have special powers that come from weird things inside them. But while Naruto wants recognition, Luffy doesn't care if anyone knows his name. Even SpongeBob shares Luffy's energy. Both are endlessly optimistic, make friends with everyone, and drive serious people crazy with their happiness. Both see the world as an adventure playground. The difference? SpongeBob has a job. Luffy is allergic to real work. So there you have it. The beautiful, chaotic, impossibly simple mind of Monkey D. Luffy. He's proof that you don't need to be smart to be brilliant, don't need plans to win, and don't need to understand something to master it. Luffy teaches us that authenticity beats strategy, that joy beats seriousness, and that believing in people can literally change reality. In a world that tells us to think more, plan more, worry more, Luffy shows us the power of thinking less and feeling more. The next time someone tells you you're too simple, too optimistic, or too chaotic, just remember, a rubber boy who can't count is conquering the impossible through pure heart and absolutely zero brain cells. If this breakdown of Luffy's psychology blew your mind, demolish that subscribe button. Hit the bell to join our crew. Comment which anime character's mind we should explore next. Should we dive into Light Yagami's genius insanity? Reveal Lelouch's magnificent manipulation? Your choice. Until next time, remember Luffy's greatest lesson. The secret to achieving the impossible isn't being smart enough to do it. It's being too simple to know it's impossible. Set sail for your dreams.